This podcast is part of the Michigan Sports and Entertainment Podcast Network. Go to michigansportsandentertainment.com for more great podcasts.
Locked and loaded.
Cruising in the city glow.
Dueling memories.
All that and more.
Cody piloted into overdrive.
It's a race against time.
Yeah.
That gave me blurred vision.
I'm sorry. I thought we were just cruising.
I'm having flashbacks.
I'm sorry. Ooh. Anyway, at least we made it.
Yay!
We're here, and that's all that matters.
We're here in Solai.
In Solai.
Look at this place.
I'm looking at it.
The city glow everywhere.
It glows. Welcome to episode 65 of the Super Media Bros podcast. I am Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okame.
We are back with the For Your Reviewing Pleasure series, the 6th entry, featuring
Yet again,
PYLOT.
with his sophomore album, Solai.
Fuck yeah. And we tweeted on social media the other day to go check out episode 9, Tasks in the Shadows, because this is actually a sequel episode to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really fucking hilarious, because episode 9 and then 65. It's been a long fucking time.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah, that was all the way back in January of 2017.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's been forever ago.
It's been a couple weeks. Or months. Or a year or two.
Well, I mean, it's almost like we got knocked out and woke up
Yeah.
with no recollection.
Just like PYLOT.
Well, that or the time we got knocked out by Mike Tyson in the parking lot in Houston.
Yeah. Pegboard nerds woke us up.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to discuss track by track the Solai EP from PYLOT, which is out on FiXT NEON. So if you don't have it yet, stop, buy it, listen to it, and come back. You can go to the show notes below and do this. We'll have a link there.
Just stream it for a while.
Just do it all over the place.
Yeah, well, you can listen to it in the background while you listen to us.
That's it. That would be awesome. But before we get into it, I would like to actually talk about, because I don't think we ever did really get around to doing it, I want to talk about the 3 independent released singles that were between the Shadow Task EP and the Solai EP.
Yeah, we touched bases on like 1 or 2 of them, but never really discussed thoroughly anything about them outside of that.
Yeah, and the one that came out right after, I don't know if it was like right after, but it was at least a few months after, was Duel.
Mm-hmm.
Which I remember getting that because it kind of got dropped. Not saying it was dropped without fanfare or anything, but it just happened. And I was like, oh shit.
Yep.
Because I think at that point we were just clamoring for literally anything story-wise. Because if you haven't listened to PYLOT before and know who he is, there is a story that you follow along with each song as a journal entry.
Mm-hmm.
Duel was right after he gets and meets Shadow Task, and it deals with Kane and Locke in a
Confrontation.
pseudo practice battle.
Mm-hmm.
Which surprisingly Locke beat the shit out of. Well, I say beat the shit out of it. Locke outsmarted and defeats Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Kane is like cyborg arm,
Right.
So
You
would
would
think.
you would think he would have the advantage, but oh no. The street smarts of Locke triumphs over all.
the big ass bat.
The big Negan motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's who he reminds me of. This is my favorite character.
He's like a teenage Negan.
Teenage Negan Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Negan Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
The walking turtle dead. Turn him into turtle soup.
That's why he's locked and loaded.
That's it. But yeah, I like that song a lot. It was very drum fill based. It's like a fight song.
Mm-hmm. It was dueling.
Exactly. And then after that was a really atmospheric one, Welcome, which really deals with the character of PYLOT being put in a room that oversees the whole city of Solai, and he's just kind of taking everything in and just kind of recalling his past a bit.
What was that place called again? It was like something 7?
Sector 7?
No. Where? Come on. My devices will not work.
Your device sucks.
It does.
But no, I like this one a lot too because there's some straightforwardness to it as far as like a mid-tempo BPM to it, but it sets the mood
Prospect
accordingly.
7.
Prospect 7. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a dumbass.
That's all good.
And then out of those three, I think my favorite was Cruising.
Well, yeah, that one had the vocal working in there too, because the first two was just straight up instrumental, and this one's just it. I first heard it, and it kind of had like a cheese vibe to it, because it's just the way it sounds. Like it's kind of like this, like gonna put my jacket, my sign, yeah, going for a ride.
I like it though.
I know it's cool, but like I said, it feels corny.
Fires are down. It's time to run.
It's more funk filled with this one.
It's
a
very
tad
new
bit.
disco.
Yeah, but yeah, like it matches the artwork perfectly because it's just him on the motorcycle driving off.
Yeah, and in the story it deals with him having his first dream since he awakens from, I guess, a coma or him being unconscious or whatever. But this
Right.
is like the first semblance of anything either memory related or imagination related. He's driving through the city of Solai on his bike.
Zipping up his jacket, putting his visor down.
I just want a bike, a jacket, and a helmet, and I just want to fuck shit up. Preferably not me wrecking and fucking my own body up, but I just want to go fuck shit up.
Preferably not.
But I love this stuff. It's the perfect soundtrack if you're driving. And I always say this, dude. Like most of PYLOT's music is just made for sunset or nighttime.
Right.
It's like you can listen to it during the day if you want to, but we highly suggest at night or sunset.
It's like vaporwave, synthwave era, 80s, just neon glow, retro, everything.
Yeah, pretty much. But I like that it's got kind of he's got his own twist to it, or like the look of the character has his own twist to it. Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds, I don't know if he's going for this, but it kind of reminds me of Rotor, this old cult film about this. It looks just like him. He's like a big fucking leather jacket and motorcycle and everything. Well, except for it looks like a cop helmet, but still.
I mean, it was probably referenced, but
If so, that would be fucking awesome. I just beat the shit out of the microphone with the pen. Excuse me so hard.
lock out.
Yeah. I think we're going to get into like the meat of this podcast, but I
Gonna
believe
zip up my
Get zip up my
jacket. Gonna put my finger on my iPad.
it's
And we're
time.
going to Solai.
Going to Solai.
Dun, dun.
We are ruining your song, and we're sorry.
No, we're not. We're making it a lot better.
Okay. I mean, it's already good, but just put our vocals in there.
It's just perfect now.
It's perfection.
We win.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Perfect. So, yeah. Before we get into it, got a couple things.
Oh?
A couple of things. So, Podcoin. Have you heard about Podcoin?
No. Have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
You get paid to listen to podcasts on Podcoin, and it's free, and it's awesome.
Holy shit.
That's right. You actually get rewards, like you get Podcoin. That's what they call it. You get rewards for listening to it, and you can listen to us or like literally anybody else if you like podcasts. It's an app, and it's on Apple and Android. I listen to it now because you get like so many coins per like time that you listen, and you can like cash it in for like Amazon, Starbucks, gift cards and stuff. Yeah. And you know what the awesome part is?
What's that?
We are on Podcoin. So that means if you sign up and try it, you can get 300 Podcoin using our offer code SUPERPOD.
But to zip up my jacket, put on my helmet, and go to Podcoin.
That's it.
Dun, dun.
Just saying, like I do use this and it's fucking cool. I like to listen to a lot of other podcasts on it. I mean, try it. It could change the way you listen to podcasts.
It'll change your life.
It'll change your life.
Your perspective on everything, if we haven't already at this point.
But try it. I like it, and you probably will too. You can listen to our podcast, or you could actually check out some friends of ours, Brew Crime.
This is Brew Crime, a craft beer and true crime podcast.
I'm Mike.
I'm Beck.
And I'm Nina.
And we're your hosts.
We pair a true crime story with a craft beer.
That Nina will probably hate.
Yeah, probably.
Whatever. You can find our show on all your favorite podcast apps, and if you can't find it, contact us and we'll try and change that.
We can be found at brewcrime.com or on Twitter at brewcrime, on Facebook at brewcrime, or if you want to go to our group, it's group/brewcrime on Facebook, or on Instagram at Pacific Beer Chat.
Join us as we discuss the horrible crimes that surround us and try not to giggle.
Just saying. Do it. Do the thing.
Brew it.
Do it and just brew it.
It's brew time.
So now we shall get into the Solai EP. Goddamn, like there's a lot to say about it.
A so lot to say.
It is, dude. Like honestly, I think we looked forward to this for like since Shadow Task dropped, we were like, oh my god, we need more. Then the 3 singles happened. I was like, but I want more. And then we found out there was going to be a full-blown EP coming out. And I was like, fuck yes, there's not just 1, but 5 songs happening.
5 songs plus 2 instrumental-only versions of 2 of the songs.
Yeah.
But still.
So what we do here on the For Your Viewing Pleasure series, if you haven't listened to these before, we'll talk a little bit about the song, and we'll play a little bit of it, and we'll kind of move forward to the rest of it.
So we have an introduction, meet, conclusion. You heard that? It's going to be on the test later, so pay attention.
It hits you just like that.
Yeah. Pop quiz.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Oof quiz.
Who do you know that lives in Wonderland, sir?
The Cheshire Cat.
Close.
Mad Hatter.
Warmer.
Alice.
That's it.
Oh, I have a memory. Oh my god, it's Alice. Where are you?
Exactly. So the journal entries are really long on this, and they're about 10,000 words.
I have it in front of me. Yeah, it's like I'm scrolling. Scroll.
You're making it rain as you scroll.
Yeah.
But really, though, I mean, let's talk story-wise. It's essentially dealing with PYLOT finding out more about the ring that he's been holding on to, and how it's also like a decoding like device.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and seemingly like the music is almost the embodiment of his wonder and excitement because it deals with, we're assuming, his wife, fiance, girlfriend, whomever it may be.
I mean, based on the journal entry, it sounds like it was girlfriend leading up to fiance.
Yeah, because I think it's like, I love you, will you marry me?
Yeah, there was a message transcribed that was basically saying that.
And you described the music as being kind of a combination of 2 tracks off of the Shadow Task EP, which in fact was actually what PYLOT was going for.
It was very Clova and Kane combination. Just the softness of Clova mixed with that kind of like hard rock vibe from Kane. And it just genuinely blended so well together in such a great track. Probably my favorite track of the whole entire EP.
Yeah, I mean, because there's the drums, the hard-pounding drums, just exactly like Kane was opening Shadow Task, and guitar, drums. But my favorite part about this song in particular is the light keyboard riffs, or I say riffs, like the keyboard arpeggiations behind in the background. It's really good.
I love those drum breaks. Just
I noticed that a lot. There was a lot more of those on this album, and I was really excited about it. As a musician, like stuff like that speaks to me. I like little nuances, and I like intricacies.
like the rhythm and the pace of the song just was really well done, because you normally when you hear drums they have like breakups and then they have like long pauses. No, he kept going with those. When he broke, he just kept with the rhythm, just like it keeps your interest and your engagement so well. Like I love it.
Same. And I think it's kind of just like we did on Shadow Task, where you really enjoyed Kane a lot and I really enjoyed Locke a lot.
A lock.
A Locke. I liked it a lot.
Can you tell?
I Kane. Yes, I Kane.
You Kane now.
But yeah, like my favorite one on this one was Lost, which it's definitely my favorite just because it's a little on the harder rock side. It's a little more guitar driven than everything else on here, I feel. And then the lyrics, the lyrics say a lot. I mean, he's laying here. It's hard to see what kind of man I used to be. Numb and empty, void of fear. How can a man just disappear? No one here knows my name. I've realized we're all the same. Varied past identities, outcasts in a society. Close my eyes. I try to sleep, but in my mind, there's no reality. It's like,
yeah.
I'm latching on to all I know, and I have no idea where to go. It's like, what do you fucking do? You wake up and don't really know who the fuck you are, what you're, what you kind of have some semblance of what you're looking for, but
that whole entire lyric is pretty much the embodiment of the character himself, PYLOT. Like, just he doesn't know what the hell's going on, who he is, or what he's been through. He's just realizing that he has some kind of destination ahead of him that he has to go to.
Destination fucked.
And he's cruising.
The snare drum does it for me on this one.
There are 3 specific parts that, like, the guitar, obviously, because it's just so
Yeah, I like the guitar that plays like on top of the rhythm, but on the 1s and 3s. Like, it's real like upstroking and everything on the guitar.
Second of all, that really fast-paced drum pad towards like the tail end of it. Each chorus is like.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I can't really describe what it is other than like would be almost like, in my opinion, because I've worked shit like this manually before. You turn a knob and you just kind of almost not bit crush it, but you fuck it up, man.
Right.
Because
it's a very distorted like drum pad basically. It's like
it's good shit.
And then obviously the third part is the vocoding, just the very robotic, very Daft Punk kind of just robot sound.
Yeah. I like that a lot too. He's always got anytime PYLOT does vocal work, it's very catchy anyway, but it's unique sounding. Like, a lot of people use vocoding and stuff, but the way he does it is really well accomplished as far as the total package of the song in general. Because you could pick 1 or 2 parts apart from any song, but it's really a lot of songs, the whole thing cohesively works, but it's really special when there's so much involved, just like this is with a story and the lyrics that also pertain to said story, and then the music. You can feel the emotion with music.
Right.
So, yeah.
Which speaking of emotions, you start to get more into that in the next 3 songs, basically.
Yeah, and I think this probably was what I was waiting on the most. I wanted some more depth. It was really cool to see some characters get fleshed out, but I really wanted to see where the story was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads us to Enigma, which we always have wondered, how does the transmissioning in his visor and his helmet work?
Right.
Who is this? How is this working? What kind of technology is this? How is he being led to Solai? How is he being kind of told where to go?
About
things like
architect that. And everything involved with shadow tests. Like, what the hell? Who's telling them this?
And it turns out it's an AI named Enigma.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a holographic AI. And it was really crazy because this was another part that is technically quote unquote vocals, but it's not necessarily vocals. It's more or less just spoken word. But it's a robotic, sound.
It's a female transmission, basically.
Yeah. I've been searching for you for what seems like a lifetime. The city is in a state of disorder, and the balance of freedom and power has shifted. That power now lays in the hands of those who seek to control us all. The ones who control Solai.
This song, I feel, embodies the artwork. If you really look at it and listen to this song,
Like the scope of the city?
right, and just seeing Data and PYLOT over the city, like the edge, just looking over and just
That drone flying in.
yeah, like I feel like I'm there listening to that song.
Dude, it's very Blade Runner-esque.
Yeah,
Like, that's
And-
the first impression I got. Was
and
like
that's-
that shot in Blade Runner where you see just
going through all the city lights and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt, because just it's dark, it's slow pace, it's just very gritty, and then you imagine the artwork and look at it, and it's the same transition to that, and then the very last part when they get the transmission from Enigma, and that just fits in with everything else because that's something I would expect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they have the helmet and everything, and the little device on his arm that he controls the drone with, and this is like transmission. Oh, it's Enigma,
right? And it's funny because Enigma essentially tells PYLOT like how the in so many words, like how the hell do you think you got here? Basically, like I'm the one that has been looking for you,
right?
And you get a little more backstory into why Shadow Task's existence is there.
Why they were tasked.
Exactly. What's going on with the city of Architect. And then it delves even more into character study.
The city Architect? I thought it was the company.
Or the city of Solai, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Architect is the company,
the organization
they're bringing down. So many names.
I know.
I'm a dick. But I look at the city, I'm like, that's nice. Architect. Sure. There you go. Easy mistake. My bad. But like I said, you get into more character studies with this one. And the next chapter, I think, kind of solidified why I felt the way I felt about Locke's character. And I really enjoy his character a lot. But I always wanted to know what made him tick. Why he was such a smartass. Why is he this hardened motherfucker?
Now, y'all can go back and listen to the original song Locke on the Shadow Task EP and then listen to this song. Y'all can immediately pick up these two being just cooperative to each other. Like they meld with each other on a different level. Locke is defining the person himself, while Faded Light defines who he was and what made him who he was.
Exactly. It's the same DNA, but night and day, basically.
Right.
And it's Faded Light.
And it's this part that immediately you picked up on that said, I get this Locke feeling as soon as I hear it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same melody. It's the same melody as the song Locke, but just differently composed. But even before the drums would kick in, there was some, soft, subtle hints at it. But then as soon as the drums built up, I was like, holy shit. And I'd heard it because some of these tracks were put out before the actual journal entries were put out.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I heard it, I was like, this has something to do with Locke. Either something terrible happened to him, which I was kind of right on the money on, but it was either something terrible happened or he's showing emotion. And I mean, that kind of didn't happen, but it was explained to PYLOT by the other members of Shadow Task.
Well, when I first heard it, it went two directions with me. One, like you said, something tragic happened in the past to him, or to me, when I first heard it, it almost sounded like he died. Like that is the Faded Light, basically.
Well, and it's funny because the song Faded Light happens to be because of like a multitude of what's the word I'm looking for? Like comparisons, basically
different
to
spectrums.
Yeah, exactly. Because his parents were murdered at the hands of Architect in a car accident
With an autonomous vehicle that crashed into the vehicle that they were driving in. So the basis of the story was the company of Architect paid off his house that his parents lived in so he can have a place to stay.
Early retirement, basically.
Early retirement. And covered up the entire story of the truth to make it seem like it was just an accident.
Yeah. And the reason why it's such a big deal is because these vehicles were designed with zero fault. There had never been an accident. There had never been any kind of fault in them or anything. So you immediately know that they're behind it.
And it's weird. The more that I think about this song and the original song Locke, the more it has a very Bruce Wayne, Batman-esque feel to it because it's
Literally
the same
Bat.
It's the same concept. Parents get killed. He wants revenge.
And he carries a bat, so he's literally Batman.
He is the Batman.
He is the bat. He is the knight.
Yeah.
He's locked and loaded to kick your ass.
Solai.
Solai,
So long.
right?
Yeah.
But no, I really, when I read that part of the entry, I choked up because I was like, fuck, dude, that's shitty.
Yeah.
Not, not like, oh, the writing shitty. No, like that's shitty to happen, dude. Like that's what I was looking for. I was already, becoming attached to characters and stuff. And it's like, now I'm super, super attached to this character in particular.
Yeah, you get more development between Pilot and Locke more than any character in the whole entire series because, you get introductions and like some bases, but these two characters get more light than anything. No pun intended with the faded light part.
Yeah.
But, they get more recognition. They get more backstory, more flesh out of them. And this is why, you are so drawn to Locke because it's tragedy. It's, darkness. It's this like, side of people that, they hide away from you for a while.
I get it.
the tragic side comes out and it's like, oh shit, I never knew this about you. And it's like, well, now you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. I can't say I 100% relate because of specific events in the story, but to a pretty large degree, hard fucking relate to this character. So,
and you immediately drew to Locke in the first album. So yeah, it makes sense that you draw immediate to this one.
Yeah, and the thing is like, musically, both times I was drawn into it more. So
well, the piano in the beginning was just so beautiful. Like it emotionally attaches to you immediately, and then it starts to break down to the synthetic part, like the synth wave and the slow pacing of his song from the previous album on here, and it's just one continuous like I'm gonna cry myself to death, basically.
Pretty fucking much, dude. And it's very like excellently written. All the way around. So far, like this is very pristine for Pilot, which his other music is really, well recorded and stuff. But I really noticed like the polish factor on this.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier. Like this album is probably his pinnacle when it comes to production value because it's cohesive enough to where it all ties together. But at the same time, each track has its own uniqueness to where you can tell this is that song, this is that song. And like I said, I love Pilot to death no matter what, but this album is probably my favorite album or collection of songs so far.
Yeah, which says a lot because if you go back and listen to our Shadow Task review, we are diehards on that one. We're diehards about that fucking album. So
I still rock out the cane.
Same.
Shit.
But to say that is a big deal, being like, okay, Shadow Task we hold in such high fucking regard, and then Solai EP comes out and is just as good, if not better, or surpassing in a lot of aspects. That says a lot to Pilot as far as upping your game, upping yourself.
Well, I mean, if you really put the two together, you have more essence, more meat to the Solai EP because you have like little bits added to each song that make it stand out more. Like with, Kane, Data, Clova, and all of them. I'm not saying this in a bad way. They're basic, like introductions. They're basic, interpretations of a song, and they're great. But he takes it a step further, like he said with this one, makes it stand out with like adding, I don't know, drum kit here or drum pad there, or a really great guitar solo here that just completely makes it so relevant to the rest of the whole song,
Mm-hmm. And that leads us to where do we go from here? The song City Glow, the last actual song, because we get two instrumental versions, but this is technically the last song on the EP. And it ends on a cliffhanger, storyline speaking. It really it deals with Data showing Pilot a little bit more of Solai with this drone. Like he's kind of showing him, the areas in the city. Yeah. They hitch a ride in one of those vehicles because Data has a fucking architect pass. We're assuming that he
multipass.
Yeah, exactly. Lilu Data multipass.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, Data. You the man.
Mm-hmm.
So they do that, and they're investigating a trade accountant for Solai, Scott Anderson, which It's fucking hilarious how they get the information out of them.
Yeah.
So they do that, and they go to get back in the vehicle, and this is where the cliffhanger is that PYLOT is essentially informed of his first mission, but we don't know what it is.
No, because they walk into the building and it's like, what do we do now? It's like, it's your first mission.
You know, this is the out of left field song to me on this album, and it's not in a bad way. It sounds like Baywatch.
It does.
And I don't even mean that in a terrible, like, mocking way. I swear to God, like, this happened, and I was like, the beaches.
Yeah, the beaches are here.
Yeah, the beaches of Solai.
Like, this has that nostalgia feel to it.
Exactly, dude. Like, this is the sunset I'm talking about. Like, this is what, yeah.
The city glow of the sun rising in the east, and it's just like all over the cityscape.
Yes, sir.
That's the glow. And then there's PYLOT's helmet glowing the light from his visor.
And blinding me in the face because I forgot my fucking sunglasses.
It's not faded.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I did not glow her.
I did not. I like this song a lot, man. It's crazy because I think we decided. Which one did we decide that? Not we don't hate songs, but like what was our least favorite on Shadow Task? Was it Clova or was it Data?
I think it was Data because Clova had more personality to it. Data was just kind of typical.
Yeah, and it's hard for me. Dare I say, is there even a weak song on this one? I mean, I think they all have their part to play.
Honestly, I don't think so either. They stepped up each song so much that it's so difficult to call any of these weak, per se. I'm not really... I can't really say comfortable. That's kind of a wrong word. I'm not at that point to say, like, this song is worse than the rest or anything like that. Now, granted, I like Alice probably the most, no matter what, but the other four are just as fantastic.
Yeah, Lost and Faded Light are definitely my two favorites on this one.
Yeah, Lost is a close second to me, even though Faded Light is just so production-wise well done.
I think the emotional attachment is what gets it for Faded Light for me, but as far as just music, Lost. Like that is everything that I like about PYLOT, because you have the synth, you have the full-blown, like you have the vocoding, you have the 80s full-blown happening, and the guitar and the drums. I'm a stickler for drum tone and everything, and that fucking snare drum is just money, okay? like I was talking to you about this. I said I would love to do I would love to do a drum remix on this because there's so many like drum fills you could toss in some of those empty spots and just soup it the fuck up. Not that it's not badass, but I'm sitting here like, fuck. It's straightforward, and that's what I like about it.
If I had to put my personality and taste in music aside and discuss it as a musical connoisseur or like a analyst, basically, the only song to me that would stand out the most in a slightly negative way would be probably City Glow, because it's too already been done-ish. It's too kind of typical with already what's been made in the past, and it doesn't stand out enough from the rest of the tracks.
Like as a progression, you mean?
Right. It fits with the theme of everything going on, but at the same time, it's not cohesive enough to combine itself with the hard hitters of the other four.
I got you. I'm
that is literally my only complaint. If I had to say anything from like a perfectionist, like I have to be that kind of rate review kind of person. City Glow would be probably the low tier, but not by much.
Yeah. It's like 5 stars, 4.75 maybe.
Maybe.
You know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not by very much. We really love this fucking album. It just dropped last Friday on March 22nd. So, I mean, it's still a fresh listen, But I feel like between the two of us, we've probably binge listened to it enough times to make a very, concise judgment on it.
I mean, twice today at least. I mean, when I had time to listen to it.
Yeah, anytime I get a set of headphones or I'm driving in the car, that's what I've got.
Yeah, because I'm literally just rocking the Alice in my head right now.
Alice in Blunderland.
Yeah. Alice in Shadowland.
Right. No, I was just saying Blunderland because what the fuck? My body is a Blunderland. Like, what the fuck? Mm-mm. We don't know where we're at.
We're lost.
Exactly. But I think we've already answered as far as like where this stands for us. This is technically like 5 songs, but it's the 10th entry in the entire story. Where do you think it goes from here?
Well, I mean, this is officially his first mission with Shadow Task. We know that much. I still stand with the theory that Alice is involved in some way outside of her being the victim. To be honest.
You think maybe she was how do I put this? Brainwashed maybe?
Either brainwashed or more than likely she knew the potential of PYLOT all along but didn't know how to manipulate him. Or you had a theory a while back, which kind of would be cool, is she got turned into the AI Enigma.
See that? Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, that would be just about right. Like her memories sort of exist, but only so much. And
it would make sense because if you think about the rest of the whole collection of songs, she's transmitting stuff to him through his helmet.
Yeah.
How else will she do it?
Yeah, exactly. And I think the other thing for me with this is Architect has taken something away from damn near every one of these people.
Right.
So who's to say, even in the story they mentioned this, like who's to say that PYLOT wasn't involved with Architect at some point, and maybe he and Alice were involved with Architect.
You know what that reminds me of? If you ever played the Old Republic, Knights of the Republic, Revan.
Oh, that's a good theory.
Because if you think about it, he was with the Mandalorian Wars. He was a key role in the Sith. And then all of a sudden he lost his memory, and now the Jedi were using him to pretty much take down the Sith. So now PYLOT is probably going to get to a point where he's going to have to choose whether or not to be with Alice again and whatever the fuck she's doing, or stay with Shadow Task and go, look, I can't keep this going. You have to be stopped.
And here's the other theory I had, which I'm going to go ahead and say it's a long shot, but just because I watch wrestling, I'm used to the classic heel turn or the bait and switch.
By God, by God, by God.
Exactly. Well, what if, and it's a big what if Architect are the good guys and Shadow Task are actually the bad guys, and they've suckered PYLOT in somehow to do their bidding?
That would be interesting.
Not saying that's where I want it to go, but if it did, I'd be like, I definitely could have seen it coming. So,
I mean, compared to what a lot of the older stories, telling wise, have been doing, this would be a very interesting twist because you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
Because you get this vibe that these guys are like the renegades, the rebels against the negative, the corruption. And it's like, no, they're actually the corrupted.
Yeah, there's that. Man, there's so many places this fucking story could go. Because you could say, like you just said, what if Shadow Task are good, but they're kind of brainwashed? And, it's, oh man, I want more.
I mean, the name Architect is so, like, foreshadowing. Like, they literally build everything We built it city.
Exactly.
We built slowly.
We built it shitty.
Apparently.
We built it shitty.
They built that car shitty, too.
God. Yeah, they fucking, damn it. Architect Insurance, where the only thing that doesn't die are our cars. Fuck.
And our policies.
No shit. Well, they have no policies.
Will they pay off your house?
Our policy is
They pay off
death.
your retirement?
Jesus.
We'll give it to you kids.
Architect, where we build you up to tear you down.
Or you be locked into a great policy.
Give you all the data you need. Oh, fuck. That's damn it. God damn it.
We just piloted that into a building.
Yeah, we fucking did.
Right into architect.
Right into it.
Where do we go from here?
I guess up, dude, because really, honestly, whatever the next entry is going to be has some big fucking shoes to fill. Like, the next part of this story has some goddamn large shoes to fill.
Well, yeah, because this thing ended on such a fucking cliffhanger. Really? He just stops like, your first mission. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the Solai EP. I definitely will give this entire thing a fucking 4.75 out of 5. Only because of the one song being not as cohesive musically. Story-wise, it works. Musically, it's the happiest out of them because even Alice has some mystery to it.
Right. I mean, in a weird way, City Glow's almost like Shadow Test to me.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of. Like, it's the end sequence of the whole album, and it kind of combines everything in a way, but Shadow Test did it so much better, though.
Yeah. City Glow is the song that you roll the credits to.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way.
Just jump into Baywatch.
David Hasselhoff is under the helmet.
Oh, God.
I'm calling it right now.
David PYLOT's off.
David Hasselhoff.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Kit, I need you, pal.
No shit. No kid.
Data, I need you, pal.
I think that's all I got for this EP, dude. It's, yeah, that's it.
So long.
So long, EP.
Solai.
So long, Solai. Go to our show notes. You can find links to purchase this album. They're streaming on Spotify, wherever you want to listen to it.
Solai, Mark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you would like to hear past, present, and future episodes of the Super Media Bros, go to supermediabrospodcast.com. You'll find all of our shit there.
All of it.
Every fucking episode.
Every wipe, every poop, all the shit.
Exactly. And if you want to follow us on social media, if you want to follow us on Solai Media,
Boy, that'd be a corrupted media.
no shit. Facebook.com/supermediabros. Twitter.com/supermediabros_.
I drew a blank with a noise. Sorry.
No, that's cool.
I couldn't create one off the top of my head. What is wrong with me?
You're being brainwashed, man, by architect.
Take the headphones off.
Take the headphones off and come look.
Shit.
Exactly. Come look at our stupid pictures.
Leave me alone, Alice.
Bitch. At Instagram.com/supermediabrospodcast. That's where you can look at our stupid
Go eat a
pictures.
burger, Enigma.
Go eat a burger. Yeah, go look at the stupid pictures that we put up there of last week's episode with Wrangler Bob.
You bitches.
Bitch.
Before we put a magnet over your pacemaker.
Roll a magnet over a pace. God damn it. Go to IamPilot.com to keep up with the story.
Yeah, he has all the journal entries out there for you to read.
And a lot of cool fucking artwork, dude.
Especially the Shadow Task artwork with like all the characters.
I do plan on buying that motherfucker and just plastering it on the wall.
Same.
I would love to actually have art from every fucking release. So, I want to give a big thanks to the guys over at Collateral Cinema Podcast for showing us some love on their most recent episode. That was fucking awesome. And if you haven't heard of them, you should go check them out. They're literally everywhere you can find podcasts.
Legit.
And they're from Texas, so they're
like our neighbors.
yeah, exactly. So support your boys.
Howdy, neighbor.
Exactly, bitch. Howdy, bitch. Damn it, I sounded like Slinky Dog there.
Howdy, bitch.
Yeah, howdy, bitch.
Slinky doo, bitch.
Slinky dee, Slinky doo. Slinky fuck you.
Oh no, fuck you.
Oh no. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna buy a burger, bitch. So if you'd like to support our podcast, you can do that by going to storefrontier.com search for Super Media Bros Podcast or just go to the links in the show notes below. Find it, buy a fucking shirt or fucking 5 or something.
Or a tank top or 2.
Do it. They're just sitting there waiting to be fucking worn.
Put us on your bodies.
All over your chest. Oh. It sounded like I just hocked a loogie right into the fucking microphone.
You did. It's kind of gross on there. You need to clean that shit.
Okay. Sorry,
He's good now.
Okay. I would also like to give a big shout out to Shay over at Sticker Mule. Oh, you pulled us out of a huge fucking hole.
You did.
And I would like to give not a thanks to the fuckers at UPS for losing our goddamn stickers.
All the way in Oklahoma.
Yeah, really. I mean, holy shit. So we definitely lost a bunch of the stickers that were supposed to go out, but we got a rush order shipped to us very quickly. Sticker Mule took great fucking care of us. And because they were so awesome, we are now shipping out everybody's orders. If you've ordered the $5 Super Media Bros pack, which consists of a sticker, a coaster, and a button, it's coming to you this week.
Yeah.
Finally. So, yeah. If you would like to purchase one, DM us on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, and we'll tell you how to get one. We're accepting PayPal.
It's that easy.
It is that easy.
Oh my God.
What are you going to do? You're going to buy
shit.
You're going to buy our shit. That's what you're going to do. You're going to buy our shit.
You're a fan. You know it.
Fuck, I hope so.
I know so.
I know so. I would like to just say next week, Cult Cinema Showdown 20.
Oh, damn.
Right? It's 20 already. Body horror fans, unite and rejoice. We're going to be doing this is a big deal because I think as far as cult films go, these might be 2 at the top. If they're not in your top 10, what the fuck are you doing with your life? David Cronenberg's The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum, versus John Carpenter's The Thing, starring Kurt Russell. That's all I got to say. That's going to be a hard one to decide between. I can tell you that right fucking now.
There's no discussing that. It's too tied.
Discussing! Well, it's going to be fucking one of yous. Discussing! Deciding!
I want to get away.
I want to fly away. Guys, it's late. We were running on like caffeine and no sleep. But we were here for you.
And all your audio pleasures.
That's right. So thank you guys so much for joining us this week.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. You want to roll out of here?
Yeah.
Like, really, really roll out of here?
Gonna zip up my jacket. We're gonna roll the fuck out.
God damn it. That was for your reviewing pleasure 6. An Enigma Lost in Faded Light. For this week, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okami.
Shades on.
We're up.